Well, hey everybody, it's Eric Songer with our weekly edition of What's Happening in the Chaska Middle School West Band Department. And one of my goals this year was to do this during the school day on Friday and get this podcast posted by the end of each week. But here I am on Saturday, late morning here at school. I achieved my one goal of doing it at school, but I'm here on a Saturday, so that's kind of an issue. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're listening and finding out what's going on. This past week, I declared this as like the first real week of the school year because we finally had an event, actually a couple of events, and now literally like every week from now until the end of the school year, with a couple of exceptions, like on short weeks, we have events going on and people coming in, and it's going to be a really great year. So let the craziness and the fun and great music begin as we enter the month of October, as I'm doing this podcast on the final day of September. So again, we do this every week, and here I am in the band office starting with a recap of our two big events that we had this past week. We had the all-school Walking on the West Side Pep Fest, and we had a great time on Thursday afternoon. One of the highlights for me was getting to play with the Staff Infection. That's the name of our teacher band, and playing Walking on Sunshine and kicking things off. And in a couple of weeks, when we do the walkathon on October 12th, we'll have our rhythm section down playing that same tune, plus a couple others. So it should be really fun to hear them one-up us in playing Walking on Sunshine. So excited for that. And this is your opportunity, everyone, to bring in some money for our school as we look to make our school a better place. And we rely on this fundraiser to get some great things that our school could really use to make better opportunities for kids. So one of the great things we've gotten in the past few years is our school sound system, which we use on a regular basis with many things, but especially our garage band and country bands, using those wireless mics and having those nice speakers is really cool that we get to use those. So hope you can bring some money in to help out our school. And then our other big event this past week was our second floor party. We've been doing the second floor party for over a decade now, and it's one of my favorite events of the year. We do it twice with the 8th grade band, and it's a way to celebrate the students who have stuck with music for 3 years and love music and love being part of our program. And I'm just so grateful in a program where people don't have to do it, that we have 280 students at Chaska Middle School West participating in our band program, and many more in the choir and orchestra as well. So it's really cool at a school where music isn't required, that so many students choose to do it, that so many parents choose to make it a priority and make it a part of the education that the students here get at this wonderful middle school that I get to teach at every day. And so we have this big party, and we had it Friday after school. We had DJ Amy, which was awesome, and some surprise karaoke performances by some of our kids. Some of our students performed or did a huge jam session in my office, which was awesome. We've never really had a second floor party like we had this past Friday, so it was very cool that the kids came and that we had such a good time. So love this 8th grade class, and it's going to be a really, really cool year. So looking forward to working with you all. Many announcements just to go through very quickly with you. Some of these I've been talking about like every day in band and have brought up on the first couple podcasts of the school year. First of all, instruments should be going home on the weekends and here during the week. And I've been noticing already many students just leaving their instruments here every weekend. That's just not acceptable. We need instruments going home, and we need kids practicing the band music in order for our bands to sound good and in order for students to continue getting better as a musician. Thank you for those students who are taking them home on a regular basis. Really appreciate the effort and the not so always fun part about getting those things back and forth on the bus. So I appreciate your effort. You guys are awesome. Band fees were due a week ago, $35, which helps pay for the books that we use and the trips that we take. And for the 6th graders, the shirt that you're going to get here very soon. So make sure you're getting that in if you haven't already. I'm going to be sending an email home probably this weekend if you haven't gotten that in case you're not sure if you've paid for that or not. And like I said, for the 6th graders, those shirts should be coming very soon. Probably not this next week, but the week after, we'll be seeing those shirts arrive. And another announcement for the sixth graders, we have a tour coming up of Bluff Creek, La Academia, and Clover Ridge Elementary Schools on Tuesday, October 17th. And there was a permission slip both emailed home and a hard copy sent home with the students. And I'd love to get those back by October 10th. So it gives you a little over a week to return those. There's no money involved in that permission slip, just a parent signature. I'm also looking for parent chaperones for that trip. So let me know if you're interested. You can just check the box on that permission slip or shoot me an email. And there is money involved the day of the trip because we're going to be eating out at the Chaska Commons restaurants. And so students will need to bring, I'm saying, approximately $10 to eat, or you can send them with a bag lunch too. That is perfectly acceptable. Also, if you're interested in ordering smart music, anybody in any grade, I'll be putting in that order on Friday, October 6th. So not this is the last week to get it, but it would be really convenient for me if I could place all those orders on October 6th. And then some of you have been waiting like a month now. You've gotten that money in for me, and you're like, when am I going to get this? So I'll place the order on the 6th, which means I'll probably get the smart music order in the following week, the week of the 9th. So you can start working on those on your computers. Just a reminder, they don't work on Chromebooks, but Smart Music does work on your PC and on your Mac and on your iPad. Also, our schedule this week, we have a regular week of 7-period days, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And Friday this week is a B day, so all B day bands will meet on Friday. And then our block days on Wednesday and Thursday. The one exception is we have a 2-hour late start this Thursday, October 5th. And so when kids come to school, we will only have 2nd, 4th, and 6th-hour block. There will be no advisory, and there will be no win times on Thursday. We will still have the win time on Wednesday. And lunch will still be after or during the 4th-hour time period. So 8th graders will eat lunch after 2nd hour, 6th graders halfway through 4th hour, and then the 7th graders at the end of 4th hour. And then as far as music, I have passed out pretty much all the new music we're going to be getting for a while. There'll be some more new music coming probably in about a month or so. So students should all have the music that we're working on for our first performances. So make sure that you're working on that music. Each grade has about 4 to 5 songs. So make sure you're working on all of that stuff and learning your parts really well. Some of you are interested in the State Honor Band in grades 7 and 8, and if you are, make sure you're practicing that as well. And if you need the music for that still, let me know. And the State Honor Jazz Band audition is due the first week of November, and the State Honor Band music or audition is due the first week of December. And I can help you with those recordings. I will probably also be scheduling some times in October for you to come in and work with me on that music. So let me know if you need some time with me on that. And then 7th graders have another opportunity through an organization called ASBDA. It's an event called the Small Ensemble Day, which will be at St. Anthony High School on Saturday, October 28th. And if you are a 7th grader and you are interested in participating in that, just let me know and I can nominate you. And you'll need to send in a check for $32 to ASBDA. And I'm hoping that everyone I nominate is selected to participate that day. And what it is basically, it's like an honor band, but instead of an entire band, you're going to perform in a small ensemble. So like a group of, let's say, anywhere from like 4 to 10 students, in most cases all playing the same instrument. In some cases there might be a small woodwind ensemble or a small brass ensemble that would include multiple instruments within that family. So, but a wonderful opportunity for students to play in a small chamber group along with students from other schools that have the same passion and talent in the world of music. And it would be great to conclude with a concert at 3 p.m. And the concert is free and open to the public. And students participating also with that $32 get a lunch and a t-shirt. As far as our lesson schedule next week, again, pretty normal for the most part. Monday will be all the 6th grade A-Day students. Tuesday will be all the 6th grade B-Day students. Wednesday and Thursday will be traditional lessons for 7th and 8th graders. Our first year lesson group for any grade will be the beginning of 5th hour on Wednesday, the first 20 minutes of 5th hour block. Win time on Wednesday will be our socio-fifthlets and 10 girls group, as well as our 8th grade flute ensemble and our 8th grade brass sextet. And on Friday will be our bonus lessons. The only thing that we won't be having this week is our win time on Thursday for the Spice Girls, Bland Boys, Times Square, and our unnamed 8th grade group. So what I'd like to do with those 4 groups this week is the Spice Girls and the Bland Boys are going to meet on our late start Thursday. We're going to meet near the end of 4th hour, and I'm going to tell you those times because I don't know them off the top of my head right now. I'm sorry about that. I'll tell you them in rehearsal, but basically that's going to be during your the second half of 4th hour block. So that'll be for those 2 groups. And then the Times Square and unnamed group, I do have your time. You're going to meet on Wednesday, 7th hour at 3:05. So the last 25 minutes of the day, I'd like to see both of those groups if you can make it. So that's the band lesson. If you want the whole band lesson schedule in detail, you can visit the school website and go to my page. It's also on Classroom. All the students, you should have it on your Google Classroom, and you can look it up there as well. And I have hard copies in the band room as well. And then, so that's our schedule for that. As far as after school and before school activities, lots going on this week. In fact, we have something every day of the week. We have movie band after school Monday at Pioneer Ridge. The marching band has their final rehearsal before their parade on Tuesday, and that will be after school as usual. Rhythm section, due to the late start, we are meeting Wednesday before school this week. So Wednesday before school at 8 o'clock. School of Rock will be after school on Thursday. Amanda, we have some fun in our first day in bands with School of Rock last week, so looking forward to another day of that. And then our Morning Star, where students perform and DJ before school. We have Bella before school on Tuesday at about 8:15 down in the cafeteria. Come listen to her. I believe Emily and maybe Katie and possibly Lacey will be performing on Friday before school down in the cafeteria as well. And Caleb will be DJing down there during lunch on Wednesday during 7th grade lunch. We may have some other DJs. We'll see how that goes. And then coming up a little bit later on in October, we have the country band and garage band auditions after school. You can audition after school on the 9th, Monday the 9th at CMS West in the band room. Or you can audition on Wednesday, October 11th, right after school in the Pioneer Ridge band room. And again, for those 2 groups, we're looking for singers, guitar players, bass players, piano players, drummers, violinists, banjo players, trumpet, trombone, saxophone. So if you play any of those instruments and want to be in our rock bands called Garage Band or our country bluegrass band, you can pick up audition info in the band room so you know what to audition with. And then you don't have to sign up for auditions. You just show up to one of those 2 dates I just mentioned. And then you'll find out if you make the group the following week, the week of the 16th of October. And then Garage Band will start the last Friday in October and run Fridays after school through the middle of February. And Country Bluegrass Band doesn't start until the beginning of December and meets on Mondays through the end of February. And there's a couple Wednesdays thrown in there too in January and February because we have a lot of no school days on Mondays during that time of year. For those of you interested in jazz band, 7th and 8th grade jazz band starts the last Thursday in October. We have a guitar class starting on Tuesday, October 24th, 5 Tuesdays where students can learn guitar. I'll provide guitars if you need one that you can even take home and practice. And then we have a class called Hip Hop, Rap, DJ, EDM Academy, EDM standing for Electronic Dance Music. And that's for kids who want to participate in learning that kind of music, learning how to DJ, learning how to rap. And it's not a performance-based class, but it'll meet on Mondays starting October 23rd after school for 5 weeks. So great classes coming up. You can sign up for all of those through community education at www.ce4all.org. And that's the number 4, by the way. Some upcoming events, Homecoming Mania hitting here in October. Chaska Homecoming is Friday, October 6th. Our marching band will be performing in the parade at 4 p.m. and we'll be meeting in the Chaska High School activities parking lot. That's the west lot. As soon as you can after school. In fact, I'm encouraging kids or parents to take your kids out of school about 15 minutes early, and the admin is completely okay with that at like 3:15 so you can get them over to the high school. We'd like to meet between 3:30 and 3:45 so we can get lined up and ready for that parade. The parade will start at the intersection of Purple Brick Road and or I like to call it Hundertmark Road, and we will march down Hundertmark Road north to Pioneer Ridge Sorry, I don't have a cool way of saying Pioneer Trail. We'll march down to Pioneer Trail, and then we'll take a right and head east on Pioneer Trail until we get back to the activities lot at Chaska High School. Parents, you can drop your kids off at the activities lot, but then you're going to need to park over either at Target or over in the Chaska Commons area for that parade. And marching band kids should wear their marching band shirts and either jeans or shorts, and definitely tennis shoes, and leave their instrument case in the car. Just take their instrument out along with their music and their lyre if they need them. And we'll be done with the parade at about 4:30, so make sure you have a meeting spot for that. And then the following week on October, Friday the 13th, we'll be doing the Chanhassen Homecoming Parade, also at 4 p.m. Also would be cool if we can get students out of school a little early to get over to Chan Elementary, which is where we'll meet for the Chan Parade on the 13th of October. And parade route for that one, by the way, will go down Laredo Drive, down to 78th. We'll take a right and head west on 78th till we get to the library, and then take a right and go north on Kerber for just a little ways before that parade comes to an end. So there you go. So that's the marching band info. I mentioned the 6th grade tour is coming up on Tuesday, October 17th. We'll be leaving at the beginning of the school day for that, and heading to Bluff Creek and performing at 9:30 there. It'll be tight, but we're going to try to get over to La Academia for a 10:30 performance, followed by lunch over in the Chaska Commons area. And then we will head over to Clover Ridge for a performance at 1:30. Getting back to school at around 2:30, 2:45, and students will then attend 7th hour and be done with the school day. So that'll be the plan for that day. We should have our music shirts by then, and kids can wear those along with jeans or black pants. And they'll need their instrument and their music, obviously, that day, and also a music stand, a wire music stand, if they have one, would be very helpful. Percussionists just need their stick bags. They don't need to bring bell kits for that event. And then last event I just want to mention that's coming up here in the near future is parent-teacher conferences. They're by advisory, but I love when parents drop in, especially of new 6th graders, just to come and say hi, introduce themselves. If they have any questions, let me know. Obviously, 7th and 8th grade parents are more than welcome. I love seeing you guys as well, and the students. So that is on Thursday, October 12th, and Monday, October 16th, after school till, I can't remember if they go until 7:30 or 8, but somewhere in that range. So stop in and say hi. Would love to see you, and especially if you have any questions or concerns, I would love to talk to you during conferences. Just some last things before I sign off. Wow, this is a long podcast here today. I am doing a really cool presentation next Sunday, October 8th at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Represent my alma mater. And I'm going to be talking to music education majors there about just being basically motivational and inspiring, and more than just a music teacher as an educator. I feel very strongly about that my job is to teach kids about life and being successful, and teaching them skills that apply to all areas of life. And music is just the medium I do it through. And music is very important, but it's also important to learn other lifelong skills that will enable you to be successful at music and other disciplines as well. So I'm going to be enjoying doing that next Sunday, October 8th at UW-Eau Claire and the Haas Fine Arts Center. I think it's around 10:45, 11 a.m. I'm doing that session, so that's cool. You can follow me on Twitter at CMSW Band. You can get text blasts by sending one of 3 messages depending on your grade level. The 3 messages are at symbol 17 band 6, at 17 band 7, or at 17 band 8, and the number to send that message to is 81010. Google Classroom, of course, always has a lot of information. By the way, if your rehearsal grade looks a little low, it's probably because you didn't do your band plan. So make sure that band plan is not only done but submitted to me. And I've corrected, looked at all the 8th grade ones so far. I'm going to hopefully do the 7th grade ones this weekend, and the 6th grade ones the following weekend, or 2, because there's so many 6th graders, so it might take me a little longer. And if you turned yours in late, 7th and 8th graders, and I didn't get to correcting it yet, I will get to that very soon. So just know that I'm getting there. And once again, you probably know my YouTube channel because you're here watching this podcast, but Mr. Songer's channel is where to go for all the fun. Hey, thanks for tuning in for this way too long podcast. I'll be back again next week, and maybe coming your way from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Go Blue Gold. So we'll talk to you soon.